In today's video, I'm going to tell you some of the tips and tricks that it takes to get started on YouTube ASAP. You don't need a lot of fancy gear. You don't need to buy a camera. You don't need to buy basically anything. But today, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on what you can do to get started on YouTube today. So basically, to get started on YouTube, all you really need is a phone, some sort of device that will record. Right now, I am using my iPhone 12 that I will continue to have until I can't anymore. That's what happened on my last phone. I had an iPhone 7 and I upgraded from a 7 to a 12. So, but but all you need is a device that you can record from. If you have a phone or if you have an iPad or just anything that you can figure out to record from will work for YouTube. Okay, so first off, you've got something to record with. All right, great. Now, what you can do is you can actually just record and not do any editing and just roll with it. You don't have to have editing software, but it is something that I find that is nice in case you wanted to overlay some sort of graphic, or if you wanted to do some sort of transition or something, just to kind of jazz things up. Editing software that I use is actually part of the Adobe Creative Suite. It's something that I've had for a long time now. It's a program called Adobe Premiere Pro. I would say that it is kind of advanced to use. I've used it previously in, other jobs and things like that, but that is the one that I use. But there's plenty of free options out there, most namely CapCut. CapCut is the one that's all the rave nowadays, but there are plenty of other free editing softwares. So if you just Google and type in video editing software, then you'll get lots of different options. Again, a lot of YouTubers and a lot of trends that I've seen lately is that people are doing kind of like a one shot. They're not editing anything out, none of the ums and the ands and anything like that. They're just doing it in one flow. And that's something that I think, if a lot of people embrace that, then, it makes things a heck of a lot easier. So something to think about. I actually had somebody mention in the comments of one of my previous videos about my background music. If you do notice, there's basically two different kind of classical jazzy songs that I have playing very low in the background of my music. And what I do as far as with background music, there are a lot of different sites that will let you use their music for free. You have to make sure to read the fine print. I get my music directly from the YouTube audio library. So when you go to YouTube Studio, that's another thing I need to mention as far as YouTube Studio, getting that set up. But whenever you are ready to create on YouTube, you will have to get everything set up in the YouTube Studio. And it's very easy to do, very simple. In YouTube Studio, there is an audio library, and there's thousands of songs that you can choose from depending on the mood and depending on mainly like the mood and the emotion that you want to invoke in your video. Now, I just like the kind of jazzy classical because I'm kind of a chill mode type of a video. Like, I'm not trying to really do a bunch of like 5-minute craft, like boom ba-dum ba-dum boom ba-dum ba-dum. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. You basically just go to YouTube Studio on your YouTube page and you just follow the instructions to get everything set up there. You do want to have a profile photo, and you've also got your banner that you can set up that's got, you can put whatever you want. A lot of people like to put what their channel is about. Mine is just my hexie quilt right now, but I am looking at upgrades to kind of get that polished and finished up. Also, there is the debate on whether to script your videos or to not script your videos. Now, me personally, I do a lot of tutorial videos, so I don't really script them per se. I know that this one's a little bit different. It is still kind of a tutorial how-to kind of thing, but it's different than me demonstrating a sewing thing while I'm doing a voiceover. But normally, like for something like this, I do not script my videos. It just seems more natural to me. I do have a little outline, and it kind of helps me stay on track. I don't have to go off the rails and talk about when my grandmama did something down the road, and just to stay on track, not go off the rails and things like that. Now, some people, they have to have a script word by word for them to stay on track, and it's really a personal preference. But depending on what your niche is, and depending on if you're going to teach or if you're just going to have a blog type thing or things like that, it all depends on what your style is going to be, and that will develop over time. You will get better and better the more that you do it, for real. Once you've got a device that you want to use to record, once you've got editing software, yay or nay, again, it's not necessary. Once maybe if you want background music, again, it's not necessary. And if you figure out that you want a script, yes or no, and you get your YouTube studio set up, I know it sounds like a lot of steps, but again, most of these are optional. The next thing to do is just to hit record. You hit record and you start talking. What do the gurus say? They're always like, oh, the first 1,500 videos that you put out are gonna be crappy or something like that. No, realistically, I think they say you need to post 50 videos before you are actually, decent or whatever. I started my YouTube time this time around in October the 6th, I believe. And I'm pretty sure I started out with 24 subscribers. And we are on January the 1st, 2025. Happy New Year to everyone. But it is January 1st, 2025 is the date of recording this. And I currently have, I think, 353 subscribers, something like that. So, I mean, I've had growth by staying continuous to the course, and I cannot thank y'all enough for tuning in and joining me on this journey. But yeah, once you record your video and you've got it on your device and you're ready to upload, I'm not going to go into all of the details on how to use YouTube Studio in this video, but if you would like me to make another video and kind of outline the whole process, let me know in the comments and I can do that. Because there's a couple things that you do have to pay attention to, but as long as you're going through and reading all of the prompts and answering all the questions, it's pretty straightforward. But if you would, like I said, if you would like me to do a video on that, just drop me a comment below. My advice would be that if you do want to try it, I say just go for it. I mean, just try it and see. That's the best way to learn and to get better with it. I've watched so many videos, and I've talked about this in my video about how YouTube hasn't changed my life yet because I only had 91 subscribers at the time, but I've watched so many videos of how to set up and how to do this and blah, 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 and all these tips and tricks. And my best advice, honestly, after watching all that and doing it myself, is to just go for it. Just go for it and try it and see what happens. Don't go into this, and I want to be very, very specific about this. Do not go into this journey just to go viral, because virality is not going to automatically just get you where you want to be. Yes, it's something that people may strive for, and they're like, oh, well, if I go viral, then I'm going to do this and do that. I've read a lot of different accounts about people going viral and virality, and it's not always as glamorous as it may seem. One thing to remember when you're starting in this YouTube journey, if you really are wanting to do it on the long term, is just know that it is a marathon and not a sprint. This is something that you want to commit to for 2+ years. And my commitment and my journey and my goal that I want to do is I want to post one video a week. And so far, I've done pretty good on that since October the 6th. But there was one week where I posted 2 in the meat of the week. And then I didn't post on the weekend. So, but yeah, no, it is a long-term type of thing. It's not trying to just, I'm gonna get 10,000 subscribers in 5 seconds. That's just not realistic. The gurus may say that it's not realistic. So just, you make sure that you're having fun with it and it's something that you feel like that you can enjoy. I mean, the tutorials that I've been doing, like, I have met so many awesome people just in the little bit that I've found so far, like in the community. I mean, it's wild how many people that have just commented. If somebody took their time out of their day to say something to me, and that's very powerful, and I'm very thankful for that. So I am going to continue to grow, continue to try to bring out high quality content just for everyone out there. But yeah, if there's any other questions about just the basics of getting started on your YouTube journey, I can do my best to answer them. Again, I'm on kind of at the beginning of mine, so let me know in the comments. If you got this far in the video, I appreciate you so much watching, and I will see you in the next one. Keep that in mind. Are you gonna record with me? You gonna record with me? Okay.